Today we are going to try and get this 2005 Mitsubishi Pajero up and running. Last episode, we introduced you to this 2005 Mitsubishi Pajero. And the main problem that we know is wrong with it at the moment is it needs a brand new battery. The old one is completely dead. So let's flash back to when we managed to go pick up the brand new battery for the Paj.
Flashback.
Well, hello, here I am. Welcome back to the Not So Mechanic channel. And I am here to pick up the battery from Autobarn that we ordered yesterday for the Pajero, to hopefully get it started. I'm here on my own because Ollie decided not to come because he wanted to watch Bathurst. Ollie. Anyway, I'll go in and pick up the battery and I'll be back with you shortly. Alright, here it is, all picked up and ready to go. The Supercharged Gold Plus, 40 months warranty. Pretty much the same battery as last time. Let's get it home and get it installed and hopefully get the Paj started.
End of flashback.
Like I said last time, this car, say it straight up, does not run, and it's actually really finicky to unlock. But also one thing before we keep going, we will apologise for the microphone quality. We have ordered mics, so don't worry. And also we're not going to be up by the road as well in the future, but we are currently up by the road. Like I said before, this car doesn't start, and there is a really good reason for why it doesn't turn over, and the problem lies in, oh my god, that took me so long. There's the stick, alright, you're seeing it all natural where that goes in there you go, all like so, not going to get squashed. It looks a little bit like we have a swimming pool in the front of the engine bay of the Paj, and that is simply because what we need one of these. Oh wow, there you go. I'll just put it on the guard there because they're probably going to be replaced anyway. Now, I don't want to bore you lot with how a Paj battery goes in, so I'm just going to talk over the top of it, because I'm going to be completely honest, I have never done this before. Now, I have started this channel along with my dad because we want to learn how to fix cars, and we've grown up around them, and my dad certainly has, and I've just grown up loving them. And what we're going to do a whole bunch of builds, and we're starting on a car, we've already got, and trying to get this thing running, and obviously we've got some new stuff already planned. We're going to be purchasing some stuff which is going to be super duper fun, but you lot already know how to put a battery in. It's not anything that's difficult. It's not going to be anything too complicated. So I feel like using this time as we watch me put a battery in, never really going to be such a bad thing. Of course, now, like I said, this is actually the first time I've ever done anything in a car. Straight up, never done anything with a car before. So what you're watching right here is actually a very momentous occasion because I've never done it before. And so that's exciting, man. I'm now, obviously narrating this. I'll give you guys some of the audio. Now, I will say, this being a 2005 Paj that has done about 300,000 Ks, the clamps on the battery headers aren't necessarily too nice. I just actually muted my mic there, sorry. And then this is not necessarily the easiest ever, and I've never done it before, so I'm still trying to work out the technique as I go. And a big part of this channel, boys and girls, if you have not thought about subscribing, well, we would appreciate it so much if you would, as we're going to try and get as many subs as we possibly can on this channel, because again, like, I want to go through from starting off knowing absolutely nothing about cars to one day knowing a lot about cars and doing some pretty crazy builds, hopefully also with my dad, and he's got some plans as well, and he's behind the camera and he'll get in front of the camera as the channel goes on. We're so new to this, so cut us some slack a little bit. Now, at the moment, I am struggling with putting the battery in at the moment. Looks like, I think it's the green connector, which is the negative, and I'm struggling with that nut a little bit. So let's fast forward a little bit on the other side of me putting in the battery, and maybe I will show you lot some else. But let's fast forward a little bit here. Found it. Alright, boys and girls, so just a bit of credit to me. One thing, never worked on a car before, but that is that it's stripped a little bit there, so it's quite a little bit more difficult trying a different size, but I hope you're finding this interesting. This will be one of the most uninteresting things we're going to do on a car, to be completely honest, and I'm going to get better and better and better. I don't think I did too bad with the battery, but let me know in the comments. The constructive criticism is only going to help me on a car channel, so let me know what we need. Let's go back around, tell me what the hell's going on here, and it's on, and I'm going to try and get that brace on. There you go, on the Paj, and then I'm going to see if we can get it started. But we'll be back with you in just a moment.
So the next obvious step is obviously just tightening up the the brace on top of the battery, which again isn't really the most interesting thing you've ever seen, but this is my first time working on a car, so give me some tips on things in the comment section below. Is there any tools, like online tools I should use to learn before we go and work on cars, because we are going to start working on some crash damage stuff, which is very, very exciting. But obviously just tightening both sides of the battery. Looks like I was not there for a second. I was absolutely muted the mic. I don't know what the hell's going on, but I'm just tightening both sides of the battery. It's like putting a computer motherboard in, where you want to make sure you're equal on both sides. Very simple stuff. I'm going to stop talking for a lot of the time while I'm putting the battery in, or while I'm doing actual work on the cars, and it's going to be a lot more narrated stuff kind of afterwards, which is what I'm working on at the moment. And we're going to improve the videos. Like we said, we just started, so it's a very alien feeling on what we're doing at the moment, but looks like the battery's in. Let's see if we can get it started.
Doing things. Hey! We did it! That sounds like a Pajero that started to me. But I think it's good. And honestly, that wasn't that long. Have a look in there. It smells a bit like petrol. Want me to give it a rev? Very gently. Just a little bit, not. That means it runs. Yep. To be honest, so right, boys and girls, we'll stop calling you boys and girls, because it apparently sounds like I'm a school teacher. But I don't think we have a lot more. If we look over there quickly, it's working. When we come back to my beautiful face, there's a lot more work to be done on this thing. I was going to say, enjoy the Bathurst weekend. Forgot what I was going to say, but enjoy the Bathurst weekend. Pretty much like Christmas for most of us. And more on this, more on other car projects. Like I said, I'm going to learn, I'm going to evolve. Just documenting pretty much everything we do on cars and giving you guys the best videos we possibly can. We're going to up our production value, we're going to up our location, our ability to build as we do more and more. See you next time.